Hi, Joe Cerrone.
Hey, Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 116 Basic AutoCAD in our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. Today, we'll be running a orientation meeting since the class is scheduled to start next week. Alrighty, so as we work with the course, we've given preliminary access, meaning you should be able to log in and see the course content in D2L. And so we'll be cleaning this up this week. We'll be dismissing this announcement when class starts on June 13th, which is next week, Tuesday. And so every Tuesday, we'll run a Zoom meeting to go over content. Wednesdays will be here in person, and Thursdays will provide Zoom support for people who email us and request a meeting. Best way to get a hold of us is to email us in D2L. Al and I are both teaching the course together, so you can email us both if you have any questions. And then we'll be using the same Zoom link to have the meeting every week. And so you'll see that Zoom link and you'll just be able to click on that. We'll record the meetings. You do not have to attend the meetings. So students are not required to attend the meetings, but it's a good way to get questions answered if you have questions, as this is an asynchronous course. The biggest thing most people ask is how to install the software and how to get the software. So you can get the software if you click on this link right here. It takes you to the students.autodesk.com website, and then you can go ahead and watch the video. You can select Get Products. And it looks like I'm still logged in. No, I'm not. So I can sign in. Now, if you haven't signed in or if you don't have a user, you'll need to create one. And so here under Sign In, you can create an account. And you'll want to use your Oakton account. So it's going to be a .edu. So I'll just sign in for myself. And then once you're signed in, you can go ahead and get software. Now you can use your work software. You can come into the university and use the school software. We're going to be using AutoCAD, and we'll be teaching the course with the AutoCAD for Windows. And so we recommend using AutoCAD for Windows, and the school is set up with 2023. Although they do have 2024 available, 2023 or 2022 is what we'll be using for the course. And there's really not a significant difference in the softwares. And so you can download and install those from the Autodesk website. And so here's that link. And then here's a video on how to, here is a link to the textbook. And so if we click on this link, we can get that. And I'm going to come back to that. We do have the instructions to install the software. And so if you click on this link right here, we'll go through our installation and everything from how to sign in to how to download and install the software. Alrighty. Continuing. Textbook is located here. And so you can purchase the book from the bookstore here at Oakton, or you can purchase it online at Amazon. And the price is about $77.21. And we'll be following this textbook for the course. You can also get a digital copy of the book if you go to SDC publications. And then you go under CAD, AutoCAD. And then if we look at AutoCAD 2022, or if you prefer the 23 book. And if you say purchase options right here. And so you can get a digital copy, an e-copy from Red Shelf. Alrighty. So that's the textbook and the software and student support options for students that are enrolled in the course. And then we've color coded the course. And so we're going to take a look at the content area, and we'll take a look at what we'll be using for the textbook. Textbook assignments will be coded in blue. Lab assignments will be green. Videos will be purple, and quizzes and exams will be in red. And every week we'll put in an announcement to go through the different material that we'll cover. You'll also see in the calendar our upcoming events. And so Al's gone ahead and populated things about the AutoCAD software, student assistance, and we have a pretest for the first week for students to take that we can then assess your knowledge of AutoCAD. So let's take a look under content. And here's the syllabus. We also have in the overview area how to get a hold of us. And so here's the information about the course in overview. We'll be using D2L, AutoCAD 2022 textbook, office hours, and Zoom meetings. Syllabus. Here's the syllabus. CAD 116, Basic AutoCAD, a first course in drafting and design using AutoCAD software. And it's an introductory course for people that are interested in architectural and engineering applications. Go ahead and use the computer to draft mechanical and architectural projects, analyze and develop basic AutoCAD drafting techniques. Academic integrity, if you have any difficulties, contact us. It's much better than to have any violations within the academic integrity. Outline of topics we'll take a look at shortly. It's in D2L. We'll be using online tutoring, readings from the textbook, and video tutorials. We'll be using this textbook. This one is recommended for reference. And so oftentimes students will want like a step-by-step approach. And so this AutoCAD 2022 tutorial is for reference. But for the most part, we'll be able to pull our assignments from the AutoCAD instructor textbook. We'll be using those textbooks for the 117, the intermediate AutoCAD. Method of evaluation is straight 90, 80, 70, A, B, C, D, and below. Try to turn in your assignments. If your assignments are late, you can get docked from 1 to 10%. Other course information, Oakton values equity and diversity in the population that we serve. And that if you need any assistance, we have an accessibility coordinator that you can contact, as well as counselors, and other information to support students. If we go to the content section and we look at our outline of topics, here's what we're talking about, color coding the course, where the readings are in blue and the assignments are in green. And so we'll start next week. You're welcome to get started early but we're going to stick to this outline of topics. Typically, we'll open up the next module early, so students who like to work ahead can do that. But if you haven't had AutoCAD or if you haven't worked on this type of software before, it might take a little while. And so we'll follow the topics and we'll read the textbook and then do each of the assignments. And so every week we'll have our Zoom meeting on Tuesday mornings at 9:30. This week we're having a second Zoom meeting this evening for anybody that is in the orientation mode for the course. As we go through, every week we'll have these different assignments. Final exam will be July 25th. And then the last day to turn in the assignments will be on the 27th. If we take a look at the first module under content, start with module 0, which is the interface. And so essentially I've made a video for how to follow the textbook information. It's right here on YouTube. And so if we click on that, so in this video, I go through and I outline the chapter and the learning objectives. So this is our textbook. I discuss it chapter by chapter. Do you have to watch the videos? No, you do not. We don't have an analysis or a monitor to see that you're watching the videos, although I do believe they can tell in D2L how much time that you spend in the software. So that's our video. If we take a look at the textbook itself, we'll be using the AutoCAD instructor. And so here's our chapters. If I look at chapter 1, getting started. Here's our learning objectives that we'll cover every week. And so we'll go through working with the coordinate system, why you create drawings full size in AutoCAD, being able to start AutoCAD, being able to enter different commands, and then using these basic commands. And so we create these videos that outline the topics in the chapter. And then as we go through and we go into the D2L system, we take a look at our modules. Back to content module 0. So we have a video that outlines the topics, and then we have a PowerPoint that goes through and discusses the user interface. And so if we look at our user interface, being able to use AutoCAD and then be able to describe the terminology like the graphics cursor, drafting window, navigation components, command line, options. And so there's content. There's quite a bit of content in getting started, but we feel the course is mapped out for you in a pretty logical manner. So if we come back to our module 0, you have the resources for you to use AutoCAD, and then we have some additional videos for working with AutoCAD. Pre-test. Students are to take the pre-test. This is the way that we're going to take attendance for the first week. And so the pre-test basically is a student introduction document. And you can just download that and then be able to talk a little bit about your experience with computer-aided design, taking the class and what you would like to learn. And that'll get us started so that students will be able to communicate with us. We'll take that assignment and we'll turn that into the assignments folder. And so in the assignments folder, we'll have an area for you to download that. And so here's our pre-test student introduction, and you'll be able to download and submit that. Let's just make that visible. So students will complete that document and then be able to turn that document in here under pre-test student. Back to the main splash page. Back to the content area. So students are to download the software, take the pre-test, and then we'll start module 1 next week. Module 1 maps to the reading of chapter 1 and chapter 2 in the textbook. Here's our learning objectives. And then here's our assignments. And so the assignments are pretty much what you really want to concentrate on. This is what we do in this course. It's sort of a virtual workshop where we'll go through and we'll create these different drawings. And so the first module is to create these 5 drawing exercises. We have a PowerPoint for that, another video lecture. And then here's our plate title block. And so what we'll do is we'll use these title blocks and we'll download that title block, be able to open that. And then we'll use these title blocks as a way of creating the different drawings. And so I'm going to switch over to a drafting and annotation workspace. And then essentially, as we start to work on these assignments, we'll create these different drawings of the different figures. Using AutoCAD. We'll complete the title, student name, and put the date on. Then we'll save those files and then go on to the next one. And so the files look like this. And so if I download this one, open it. We'll go through and we'll create this drawing using AutoCAD. And so essentially we'll go through using the line command, and then we'll create this geometry. I'm going to just stop it at that point. And so the assignments are given to you in D2L, and we'll start those next week. And for the first exercise, we'll have these 5. And then here's the video instructions. And so if you click on that, we've created YouTube videos working with the first assignment. Then as we work within the course, students will complete each of the exercises or each of the modules and take a quiz under quizzes and exams. And so if I view this as a student, each module will have a quiz. You're welcome to use open book, open notes, and you're able to take that quiz multiple times. Alrighty. So that's basically our orientation meeting. We'll make these short video meetings every week. Student assistance is available at these dates and at these times. If you need to get a hold of us, just email Joe and Al at D2L, and we'll be happy to get back to you with any support that you may need. With that, I'm going to stop the recording and open things up for questions. Thank you.